Have you ever loved someone with absolutely everything you have? Supported them through their darkest days, completely sacrificed your own peace for their happiness, and somehow still felt like nothing you did was ever enough? If that hits home, you are in the right place. Welcome to today's video. I'm so incredibly glad you're here, taking this time just for yourself. Before we dive into all of this, if you find value in these conversations, please take a quick second to subscribe to my channel or follow my page, depending on where you're watching this video right now. Today, we're going to explore a deeply painful reality together, one that so many generous, loving people discovered just a little bit too late. We're looking at the massive emotional toll of pouring your heart into a relationship that fundamentally lacks gratitude. And more importantly, we're going to walk through exactly how to break free from that exhausting cycle.
Think about this for a second. Have you ever watered a dead plant, desperately hoping it would bloom? It sounds kind of silly when we say it out loud, right? But in relationships, this is exactly what it feels like when you're loving an ungrateful partner. You're sacrificing your peace, your time, and your precious energy, tending to this totally lifeless garden, just hoping that a little more water, a little more sunlight, or a little more of your own personal sacrifice will finally bring it to life. I really want to validate your pain right now. It is excruciatingly painful to give your absolute best to someone who only seems to notice what you haven't done.
The overtended garden.
Let's really look at what happens when you live in this kind of environment. In a healthy relationship, both partners are out there planting seeds, watering, pulling weeds. But in an unappreciative dynamic, you're the only one doing the maintenance, and honestly, it leads to sheer emotional exhaustion. You're constantly pruning and fixing, but the landscape never gets any better. If you're wondering if you're in this type of environment, these are the signs to watch out for. First off, you find yourself constantly walking on eggshells, just absolutely terrified of doing the wrong thing. Second, you start questioning your own worth. Third, you'll notice a steady decline in your self-esteem. And finally, the most insidious symptom of them all, you start working harder and harder for non-existent appreciation. Here's a wild psychological fact for you. Our brains actually get addicted to inconsistent rewards. When a partner occasionally gives you a tiny breadcrumb of validation amidst a sea of constant criticism, your brain wires itself to work even harder for that rare hit of dopamine. You convince yourself, if I just cook better, earn more, clean faster, or love harder, they'll finally say thank you. But it just leads to a devastating, endless cycle of overworking.
And this cycle leads to a very specific clinical outcome: emotional exhaustion. Now, this isn't just being tired after a long day at work. This is the severe drain of mental and emotional energy caused by overextending yourself for a partner who simply refuses to acknowledge your worth. Having a concrete definition for this is so crucial because it gives a name to that heavy, invisible backpack you've been carrying around. Listen to me, you aren't crazy, and you aren't just stressed. You are emotionally exhausted from a deeply unbalanced dynamic.
Planting in barren soil?
Okay, so we need to shift our perspective here. To actually heal, we have to look at the root of the issue together. And I need you to hear this loud and clear. The problem isn't your lack of effort. The problem is the soil. An ungrateful partner isn't difficult to please because you're failing. They are impossible to please because gratitude is entirely missing from their character. You can love them, forgive them, encourage them, and stand by their side when absolutely nobody else will. And yet, the soil remains barren. Gratitude cannot be forced into someone who inherently refuses to value what they have. It's not a reflection of your gardening skills, it's just the simple fact that nothing can grow in dirt that has absolutely no nutrients.
Healthy versus unhealthy communication.
To really wrap our heads around this, let's anchor these emotional concepts in concrete reality. Let's look at how this dynamic actually sounds in everyday life. Notice the huge difference here. Healthy appreciation sounds like, "Thank you so much for handling the groceries and the kids' schedules today. I know you've been swamped." It's simple, but it notices your daily effort. Toxic ingratitude, on the other hand, sounds like, "Well, why didn't you also get the car washed like I asked?" You handle the groceries, the kids, and dinner, and that is the response you get. This is the toxic habit of completely ignoring your sacrifices and only highlighting what you supposedly failed to do. And over time, that toxic ingratitude completely destroys trust and intimacy.
Building your garden fence. So what do we actually do about all this?
This is where we enter the actionable phase of our journey. If your garden is being trampled, you don't just keep planting more flowers, right? You build a fence. You absolutely have to protect your emotional energy. Here are 3 critical steps to building that fence. Step 1, recognize the truth. You've got to stop seeking external validation from someone who is literally incapable of giving it. Step 2, set firm boundaries. Stop overextending yourself just to prove your worth. If you're taking on extra tasks simply to avoid their criticism, you need to stop. A person who genuinely appreciates you doesn't require you to constantly perform just to earn your keep. And step 3, build a support system. Reconnect with trusted friends, family, or a therapist. People outside of that relationship who can remind you of who you truly are. Now, once that fence is up, you finally have the safety to ask yourself the hardest question of all. Why am I staying? Take a deep breath here. I want to invite you to courageously confront this. So many of us remain in toxic, unappreciative dynamics simply because we're terrified of loneliness, of change, or of having to start all over again. It is completely 100% human to feel those fears, but we have to weigh those fears against reality. Because here's the undeniable truth: staying costs your self-esteem. The price of remaining in a barren environment isn't just your time, it's the slow, continuous erosion of your self-worth. Every single day you stay and accept toxic ingratitude, a little piece of your confidence chips away. Please know that you deserve so much more than that. The cost is simply too high. Reclaiming your personal power. And that brings us to the absolute most important part of our journey together today. This is the turning point where you realize your inherent worth and choose peace over endless frustration. Let this therapeutic breakthrough really sink in. Your value does not increase because someone finally notices it. Your value already exists. You are not responsible for making someone grateful. You are only responsible for recognizing when your beautiful, generous love is being wasted. The absolute second you stop chasing validation from an ungrateful source, you begin to take your power back.
To really drive this home, look at the stark difference between an unhealthy and a healthy partner. This is something we often only realize in hindsight. An unhealthy partner needs to lose you before they ever realize your worth. And honestly, sometimes they never even do. But a healthy partner, they appreciate you while they still have you. A truly healthy partner doesn't treat your kindness as a basic obligation they're entitled to. They treat it as a genuine blessing to be cherished every single day.
I want to thank you so much for joining me in this video today. If this message resonated with you, please like the video, share it with someone who might really need to hear it right now, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read all of them and I absolutely love hearing your stories. And don't forget to follow for more content on protecting your peace and reclaiming your power. Take care of your garden, guys. And as we leave today, I just want to ask you one final thing. Will you choose peace?